Pick up a hobby at any age, and one local music teacher is definitely using that motto to get people of all ages to fall in love with playing the drums. And Ashley Williams is in Granite Bay. You ready for your music lesson, girl?
Ready for my music lesson. We are at the Music Lab in Granite Bay. That's Brian, the teacher. Now, Brian has such an incredible story. He is playing right now, of course, as I introduce the segment. But people love coming to Brian to learn how to play the drums. And you just said it, Lori. You are never too old to learn something new. Introducing Steve. Steve started playing just 2 years ago. Steve is 70, and his whole life he wanted to learn how to play the drums, and he was finally able to do so. We'll get to Steve in a second, but let's go ahead and meet Brian. Brian, good morning.
Good morning.
I'm going to climb in over here so we can chat. This is so cool. I want to know your story. Rather, I know your story, but let's tell our viewers, you were born here, but you grew up in Africa.
Yeah, my dad is from Loomis, grew up here, and then my parents were missionaries to Africa, so that's where I grew up and learned the drums.
You learned the drums there, but not only did you learn the drums there, but you taught drums.
I did.
In Africa. Tell me about that.
So right after I graduated high school, I had 10, 15 students that were from my school that I taught, and it's a great way to get better at the drums. Learning how to teach it to kids. Yeah.
Yeah, and then what's it like now, obviously, as an adult being back in Granite Bay, teaching people like Steve? Again, Steve is 70, so I mean, obviously you probably teach a wide range of ages, but when someone comes to you and says, I've lived basically my life and I now want to learn how to play, what's the first thing that you do? What do you say?
It's great seeing, people of all ages come in to learn the drums, and there's a way to teach to any age.
Yeah.
The nice thing about with someone like Steve is we can communicate really well, and I can tell him, oh, you just got to do this, and then it's a matter of figuring out how to find practice time as an adult.
I love that.
And then get to practicing and you're okay.
I love that. Okay, do me a favor, give me a little background noise, because now I want to come over and chat with Steve. Steve, we just obviously spoke with Brian, but for you, again, learning how to play, we keep mentioning the word 70 for a reason. You picked up the sticks only 2 years ago. Tell me about your journey.
Well, yeah, that's right. Back when I was a kid in junior high school, I started going to Friday night dances, and we had live bands. We didn't have DJs then. And I got really enamored with the drums, and it's something I thought I'd like to do, but it just never happened my entire life until 2019. And I said to my wife, gee, I wish I had learned to play the drums. And she said, well, let's do it. And she bought me a drum set for Christmas that year, and I started lessons with Brian, and the rest is history.
The rest is history. And then just for you, now that you've learned how to play, is it everything that you imagined? Again, you mentioned kind of becoming enamored with the drums at a young age. Right. So now at 70, how does it feel?
Oh, it's great. It's a lot of fun. And, Brian's the best. He's really the master. And I kind of play to an audience of one. It's kind of for my own self-entertainment.
Sure.
But it's just really enjoyable.
Yeah, well, get ready, because you're getting ready to play for an audience of thousands, because you have a lot of people watching at home right now. We're going to actually save Steve playing for the next hour, but I think Lori and Cody and Dina, I think I have about 30 seconds or so. So, Brian, do you want to teach me something in 30 seconds?
Yes.
Okay.
Wow,
Here we go.
let's see
Now,
it.
here's the thing. I'm not really a beginner drummer, because I actually know a little something.
Oh,
so
you
let
do?
me teach me what to do.
Well, you just set yourself up for that.
Very little.
This is something I didn't know about my friend Ashley.
Look
so
at her.
we're gonna do kick
looks
on all
comfortable.
4 beats. Boom, boom, boom. Okay?
Yeah, girl.
And then with the right hand, we're gonna add in 8th notes. Okay. All right. And then move that to the hi-hat. This hand move to the hi-hat, and keep the kick going. There you go. Okay, and then add your snare here.
Yeah.
Now you're playing the disco.
Oh, now she's gone rogue.
Oh boy.
Hey,
Is that
She stopped
called a
following
round?
instructions.
I want to learn how to round.
How to round?
Yeah, what's the who am I thinking of?
Okay.
I can feel it
let me hear-
calling
let me
in
hear
the
it wake up.
air
Yes,
tonight.
coming in the air. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so 2
I knew what you were
hits,
talking about.
and then kick. Just one kick. So,
Oh.
da-da-goom.
This is
And
not
then
going
again
well.
here.
a little messy.
Both hands together.
One more time.
Da-da-goom. And then here, and then the same thing here.
There it is! Yeah! I heard it.
Wait, Dina, sing it, and I'll round it out before we toss toss it back. Okay,
Oh,
sing
she's
it.
confident
I
that she
can
could do it
feel
again.
you
Coming in the air
Go, go sing
tonight.
it.
Oh no.
Go.
Ah, bye.
That wasn't good.
I said that.
Yeah, you did again.
It is good.
You just, we got to time the
Thank
singing.
you. Thank you. Yeah, we'll work on that later. Next hour, Steve, who just learned obviously just 2 years ago, and Brian will go head to head in a drum off, and I will work on my skills.
Hey, that
as
was
well.
better than what I
Anyway,
could have done.
Yeah, I'm impressed.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah,
you. Music
you're welcome.
Lab. We'll make
I
sure to
will
link it
say-
to the website, gooddaysacramento.com. Thank you so much.
Okay, it was a little more than 30 seconds. I know we said you had about 30 seconds. Those were like 2.5 minutes. But you know what? We'll take it.
Who's keeping track?
Keeping track.
Who's keeping track?